What's happening, people? Today we're going to be talking about why I canceled my Retroid Pocket 3 Plus. So, for the last couple of years, there's been a bunch of different companies and models of Retroid handhelds that emulate different consoles and stuff. And I've been seeing them, and I never actually bought one. I know there's companies like Avernic, Retroid, and Odin right now. There's more, but those are some of the ones that I know. I'm not very knowledgeable on those things, but they look pretty neat. You could pretty much have a little handheld that emulates like every single console known to man. Almost. Some of them could, some of them can't, but have a good amount of range. I saw the Retroid Plus 3 Plus, and I was very interested. So I ordered one. The total would be like around like 160 plus shipping and whatever. I canceled it the same day because I started to think about it. I'm like, do I really need it? They do look pretty cool and they are pretty little unique handhelds. But for someone like me, I decided not to because then I realized I got a bunch of things that I currently own that I could run emulation if I decided to. And we're talking about portable stuff. And that's what we're going to be talking about. Now, keep in mind, this is just my personal preference. So it doesn't mean that you should not buy something that you want. It just personally, it's coming from me saying that I don't really need that. Technology is always evolving, so there's always going to be something better in the future. And another thing that I do want to say is that people have this habit of wanting to buy something just for the convenience. And let's be honest, even if I get a handheld that emulates like everything in the world, am I going to really be playing everything? It's like getting Netflix and saying I'm going to watch every single show and movie that they have. And the thing is, I'm not. I'm going to watch a little bit of shows and stuff and movies. And that's the same thing with buying a handheld, wasting $160 or plus to emulate a bunch of consoles that I'm probably not going to play. Now, I did originally. The plan was to cancel the Retroid Pocket 3 Plus and get a Odin because Odin is more powerful. And then I thought about maybe I should just buy a Steam Deck because Steam Deck is probably the best option to emulate everything. But then I realized, no, let's not waste money on something that I probably won't use that much. I mostly play portably when I'm gonna go before I go to sleep, and that's not every night. That's like every once in a while. I'm like, I should play something before I go to sleep. And that's what gave me the idea, hey, maybe I already own stuff that I could just pretty much have that same feeling of being able to play different games. So we're going to talk about my stuff that I own, and I'm going to be telling you and showing you the things that I already own that I bought previous years that pretty much could help me have that little portable experience. All right, so let's begin. All right, let's see. I'm trying not to cover the mic. So to start off, we have here a PS Vita. It's running Super Nintendo Street Fighter 2 World Warriors. This is a modded Vita because this as far as I know, you can't run RetroArch with just a non-modded one. You have to have it modded and stuff. So, as you can see, there you go. You have RetroArch there. You could run a lot of consoles on this guy. Obviously, Super Nintendo, Nintendo, Sega Genesis, Master System, Game Gear, Game Boy Advance. You could run Turbo Graphics. You could run a lot of the 16-bit and stuff. I don't think you could run 64. As far as I know, 64 doesn't run very good in the Vita, but that's not a big issue for me. I think you can, but you can't use RetroArch. I think you got to use like a different like a different app or something. I'm not too knowledgeable on that, and I'm not really too crazy about playing 64 on the Vita that much. So yeah, you got a lot of stuff to offer, and this is a portable console, and I could play this anywhere I want. So it's pretty neat. Also, I did forget to mention that I don't play video games outside my house. So obviously, some people do play video games outside the house. They play it like at work and stuff. I don't. I generally just play at home. So that's another thing to mention. This cost me $100. I bought this in 2021. Probably the worst time to buy a Vita because the price spikes. Now you could buy a Vita for around the cheapest that I've seen, very loose, like $70. You could pay like $70 for this, a very loose one, probably not great condition screen. but they're cheaper now in 2022. So keep that in mind. You could buy one of these guys and you're able to pretty much play Vita, PlayStation 1, PSP flawlessly, by the way, because I've seen some of those retro gaming handhelds. Some of them do sometimes struggle with the PSP, but once again, some of them do have upscaling, so that's another thing to consider about those portable handhelds, that they do make the games a little bit look more crisp, more higher quality and stuff. But still, this is what I have. I'm just gonna stick with it. I don't have time to be buying stuff when I already have the essentials that I need. I mostly play 16-bit, to be quite honest. 8-bit, 16-bit, just a classic. But this is not the only little handheld that I have. Let's continue and let's keep showing you what I got. Alright, as you can see, we're running GameCube on this Wii U. I love the Wii U. And obviously you don't need progressive scan, but I just decided to just press yes. I got this back in 2019 and previous. I paid $160 for the Wind Waker edition. Now, I know you were just saying this is not the Wind Waker edition. Well, I bought this gamepad for $20. I'm just using the spare one over using the Wind Waker gamepad to keep it more pristine in the box. But I mean, I'm using the console that the pretty much Wind Waker edition came. Anyways, $150. Right here we have pretty much GameCube games on the gamepad. As you can see, I am using the gamepad to play on it, so I could pretty much play. It's saying it's reading game disc, but it's obviously on the SD card. So I'm able to pretty much play how you call it, GameCube games, Wii U games, and also I'm able to play every previous mentioned console on the Vita, not considering PS Vita games and PSP. I did hear that you could essentially play PS1 games on the Wii U. I've never tried it. I don't plan to try it. I don't really see the reason to play PlayStation games on the Wii U. I guess it would be nice, bigger screen than the Vita and stuff, but it's not a big issue for me, as I don't really mind just playing limited things on the consoles. Like this one, I'll definitely just be playing like Wii U, Wii games, and GameCube games. Did I say that right? Wii U games and GameCube games. Now, if you don't know, you're like, if you don't know about this game, you're probably like, this ain't a GameCube game. Well, it is a GameCube game. It is the Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition. This one came back in the day with all the GameCubes purchased in the winter season. I don't remember what year it was, but every GameCube at the time for that season was coming out with these promotional discs. And it's pretty good. This thing costs a lot of money now. I can't believe it. I paid like $30 for this. But, so yeah, that's what I'm running. Like I said, you could run pretty much all 16 8-bits and stuff, Game Boy Advance, Wii U, GameCube. You got a lot of stuff going on. Wii U's have been dropping in price. I would say the cheapest I saw was $120, but I don't remember if it came with a gamepad. I do see some that go for $80 just the console itself, not with the gamepad. The gamepads usually run from like $50 to $100, what I've seen. So you could literally buy this on Facebook Market that I've seen. The lowest is like $100 actually. Not even joking. $100 for this with just the console and the gamepad. So you could find one of these guys and be able to emulate everything. The only drawbacks that I will tell you about this is it has not a great distance. My room is like 15 feet away with a wall across, and I do lose connection every once in a while. I don't know how far you could be away from the console, but this does not have a very good distance. Once again, I only play this in my house, in my bedroom before I go to sleep, so I'm not too worried about the distance. I could just move the console a little bit closer. The reason I have it set up near my computer for whatever, if I ever decide to record Wii U games and stuff. But other than that, this console is really great, and you could have the best performance. Once again, some people prefer having something that they could take outside the house. And for me, once again, I mostly focused on just indoor, just in my house. But we got one last little handheld that I will show you that I have, that I pretty much play like newer games. So let's go to that one. Okay, we have here the Nintendo Switch Lite, the little tiny one. This is the Pokemon Edition Sword and Shield. I paid $150 for this year, by the way. The Wii U, I believe it did say before 2019. So I paid $150 for this, but because it's a Pokemon Edition and it came with the box and stuff, charger and everything, almost complete. Doesn't come with the manuals and paperwork, but other than that, I'm pretty much satisfied with what I got. This is pretty small. You could find first gen Switches for around like $100, $150. I've seen them really cheap because, you know, the first gen's battery life was like 2.5 hours to like 5 or 6 hours in total, compared to the current models that run way more than that. So the battery life on the first gens are really bad, but they definitely sell out. They definitely sell for around $150. You gotta always make sure for that. This was $150. I enjoyed it because it's like I said, it's a special edition, so there's that. But you don't have to waste as much as I did. If you really want a Switch Lite, I've seen these guys go for like $80, $60 on Facebook Market. No joke. These things are really dirt cheap. And they play Switch games. That's one thing I want to say. I bought this to play Fortnite and Apex and Genshin Impact and stuff. I don't have a memory card yet. I need to buy one for this. But you're able to play any of the newer games and stuff. And you're able to essentially play, you know, old school games if you decide to. You could mod this. I would not, because I don't want to get banned to play online. Because there's a thing going on. If you try to mod these guys, you will get console ban and etc. So I'm not going to do that. I mostly bought this to play newer games. You could play newer games. The new Sonic Frontier game came out. Not every new game that comes out is put on the Switch, but it's a pretty good library of games that are coming out on the Switch that are pretty new. So that's one thing to take in consideration. This is a great handheld. I played this for a couple of times. I just got these grips recently because playing this without the grips feels terrible. And it is smaller. Once again, I could have bought a regular Switch even if it was the first gen, but I decided to go with the Switch Lite. I'm not really planning to play video games on the screen. I mostly bought this for portability. I have taken this outside to my brother's house and we played Fortnite at their house, but playing Fortnite on the Switch is god awful. It's god awful, but it's still pretty cool just to have. So there you have it. Those are my handhelds. These are the handhelds that I bought with the purpose of essentially playing portably in my house. Now, I do want to mention again that you don't have to get these things. These are great little devices, and you could always buy yourself one of those Retroid gaming handhelds that could essentially, like, as you can see, I have 3 different portable stuff, and somebody would prefer to have everything in just one little console, little handheld. For me, I don't mind it. It gives me that good, like, you know, good feeling when I play Vita, PS1 and PSP games on the Vita. It feels good. When I play a bunch of current stuff on that, it feels, you know, Switch games, it feels good. Playing Wii U and Wii games, it gives you that real good authentic feeling, I guess you could say. But that's just my personal view on this. I will buy one of those retro gaming handhelds in the future. I believe I will. I don't know when. Technology is always advancing. I'll probably get the Retroid Pocket 7 Retroid Pocket 7 Plus in like 5 years or whatever is gonna come out, because once again, technology is always evolving, and I don't need to waste money now because I'm content with what I have, and you know, I will just continue playing this. I do think those little devices look cool and stuff. That's why I decided to buy one. But then I always got to remember what I have and take for granted what I already own instead of wasting more money, shelling out more money on stuff. It's just that bad habit of people having, and that's why I was able to cancel my order in under 24 hours when I pretty much ordered the Retroid Pocket 3. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This video is a bit long. I didn't want it to be 15 minutes, but apparently it is. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the day. Tell me what you guys are portably, like gaming portably. Because these are my current 3 portable consoles that I've mostly been playing with this guy the most. I played this guy earlier this year, but for some reason stopped. And this one I've been playing on and off this year as well. But anyways, I'm out. Peace.